Someone who's better versed, though, on issues of education is Professor Mary Metcalfe, still with me here in the SABC studio in Randburg, from where the announcement was made by Minister Gwahube a short time ago. And Mary, you and I were chatting about how the minister, in fact, right at the beginning, said she wanted to give clarity and understanding to how we interpret these figures right at the beginning, before she even told us how this class had fared. Where do you think the greatest misconceptions and perhaps falsehoods lie in the way in which we've been reading the performance of matriculants, not just this year, but even in the past?
Well, I think that firstly, people don't always understand that what we have is a differentiated matric pass system. So when we say we've got an average of 88% pass, that there's 4 categories within that. Some are you've gained a sufficiently high level of performance across subject to proceed to university, should the university have a place for you. It's not automatic. There's a category of pass that you can proceed to certificate, you can proceed to diploma, or you can just pass the NSC. Now that differentiated pass system is meant to guide learners into a differentiated post-school experience, whereas the focus, because of history, because of the celebratory nature of the whole event, tends always to be these people are going to university. I think the Minister of Higher Education, Minister Manamela, was very clear at the end of last year that matriculants need to be thinking of a range of alternatives other than an expectation of admission to university. The other thing that maybe didn't come out explicitly in the Minister's address, but she did say that she's put into place an advisory committee, the national, she's put in place an advisory committee to advise her about assessment, because one of the misconceptions is that 30% is the pass rate, and it's not the pass rate. And I think it's important to know that the people who can proceed to university, proceed to certificate and diplomas, have done much better than that. I also really was pleased with her for doing something quite boldly, which is to say that she's watching the balance between, let's say, those who leave prematurely and an increased pass rate, because there is a view, and there's some evidence for it, that when learners are not going to succeed, the pressure from them, from school level, is to leave school rather than risk the school not getting a good result.
Right.
And that comes through the system, district level and provincially. So I've always looked, when I look at the figures, at the balance between the pass rate and the retention rate. And I must say again, for KZN, historically they've been good, high retention and a good pass rate.